Watching Rust Valley Restorers is not merely a journey into the world of automobile restoration, it is an intimate exploration of passion, craftsmanship, and the human desire to breathe life back into machines that have long been forgotten, and from the very first scene the show establishes itself as a compelling narrative of rebirth and transformation, with Jay, the central figure, moving with a quiet authority through the cluttered, all-centered yard, evaluating rusted relics and envisioning their potential, and this initial encounter with his world sets the tone for a series that balances technical intricacy with emotional resonance, drawing viewers not only into the mechanics of restoration but also into the philosophical and psychological landscape of people who find meaning, identity, and creativity in resurrecting machines from decay. Each episode unfolds like a carefully orchestrated ballet where skill, patience, and problem-solving intertwine, and one of the most striking aspects of the series is the way it communicates the rhythm and flow of restoration work, capturing the tactile engagement with metal, paint, and machinery, and translating what could otherwise be a purely technical process into a story that resonates on an emotional level, reminding the audience that behind every wrench turned, every panel aligned, and every engine coaxed to life, there is a human story, a moment of decision, and a testament to dedication and vision. From the very first engine dismantle in the yard, the show emphasizes the importance of understanding history, not merely as a timeline but as embodied knowledge embedded within each vehicle, a concept that resonates strongly with the viewer when we witness Jay and his team approaching an aged Chevrolet with both reverence and creativity, carefully evaluating which elements must be preserved, which components require replacement, and which aspects offer room for imaginative problem-solving. And this attention to detail highlights the philosophical dimension of restoration as an act that is simultaneously technical, aesthetic, and historical. One of the most memorable sequences occurs when a 1955 Bel Air is brought into the yard, its once gleaming curves dulled by rust and years of neglect, and as Jay surveys it, tracing lines with his eyes and envisioning the final result, the camera lingers on the textures of corroded metal, peeling paint, and worn upholstery, emphasizing the contrast between decay and potential. And this visual storytelling allows the viewer to grasp not only the technical challenge but also the symbolic journey. From deterioration to revival, a motif that recurs throughout the series and reinforces the title Rise from the Ashes, suggesting that restoration is as much about emotional and narrative resurrection as it is about mechanical repair. The technical sequences themselves are handled with an admirable clarity and pace, with close-ups of welding, sanding, painting, and engine assembly, each shot highlighting the meticulous nature of the work without ever becoming dry or monotonous, and the series excels in showing the audience the patience, problem-solving, and improvisation required when faced with unexpected challenges, such as rusted subframes, missing components, or misaligned panels, and these moments not only convey the technical demands of restoration but also create tension, drama, and a sense of triumph when solutions are found and milestones achieved, making the audience invested in both the process and the outcome. One cannot overlook the human dimension of Rust Valley Restorers, where the interactions between team members reveal a dynamic interplay of mentorship, collaboration, and shared passion, and scenes depicting discussions about sourcing rare parts, debating repair strategies, or simply sharing insights about historical accuracy illuminate the culture of craftsmanship that permeates the yard, highlighting that restoration is not a solitary endeavor but a collective pursuit that relies on trust, communication, and the cumulative wisdom of individuals dedicated to a shared vision. The juxtaposition of personalities is also noteworthy, with Jay's calm, authoritative presence balancing the energy and creativity of other team members, creating a dynamic that mirrors the balance required in the work itself, structure and improvisation, planning and spontaneity, technical rigor and aesthetic sensibility, and this subtle exploration of character enriches the narrative, making the show compelling not only as a visual and technical spectacle but also as a study of human behavior. Under the pressures of creative problem-solving, deadlines, and the desire to achieve excellence, One particularly captivating episode involves the restoration of a 1972 Dodge Challenger, and the sequence begins with the team confronting rusted suspension components, worn engine parts, and misaligned panels, and the camera does not shy away from showing the painstaking process of disassembly, measurement, and adjustment, emphasizing that mastery in this field is achieved through observation, patience, and the willingness to repeat tasks until precision is attained, and this commitment to authenticity allows the audience to appreciate the skill involved while also understanding that each car carries a story, a history that must be respected as much as it is reimagined. Beyond the mechanical and human elements, Rust Valley Restorers often touches upon the emotional resonance of vehicles, capturing the way cars serve as repositories of memory, aspiration, and identity, and sequences in which Jay handles a particularly worn interior, gently restoring trim or matching original upholstery, are imbued with a sense of care, almost as if each vehicle were a living being deserving of attention and respect, a perspective that adds depth and meaning to the visual spectacle of nuts, bolts, and engines. The cinematography of the series further amplifies these themes, with careful use of lighting, focus, and pacing, and slow-motion sequences during sanding or painting highlight textures and movements that might otherwise be imperceptible, creating moments of meditation on craftsmanship and patience, while wide shots of the yard at sunrise or sunset situate the work within the larger environment, reminding viewers of the passage of time, the scale of projects, and the dedication required to transform rusted relics into functional masterpieces. Personal anecdotes shared by team members deepen the narrative, such as recollections of previous restorations, challenges encountered, and lessons learned over years in the field, and these stories serve not only as educational interludes but also as moments of connection between the audience and the team, allowing viewers to understand the stakes, the triumphs, and the emotional investment that restoration entails. And these insights enrich the series by providing context, backstory, and a sense of continuity across episodes. Comparisons to other restoration-focused programming highlight Rust Valley Restorers' unique ability to blend technical detail, narrative tension, and human interest without relying on sensationalism, and the series' emphasis on process over spectacle encourages viewers to engage intellectually with the work, to appreciate the challenges of mechanical precision, the importance of historical fidelity, and the artistry involved in achieving visual and functional coherence, setting it apart from shows that prioritize quick transformations or dramatic reveals over sustained skill and learning. In conclusion, Rust Valley Restorers' Rise from the Ashes is a compelling and multifaceted exploration of restoration, craftsmanship, and human creativity, combining technical instruction, narrative storytelling, character study, and visual artistry to create a series that is both educational and emotionally resonant, offering viewers insight into the meticulous, creative, and sometimes unpredictable work of reviving forgotten vehicles, while simultaneously exploring the human dynamics, personal investment, and philosophical reflections that make restoration a meaningful and transformative practice, and the series succeeds in demonstrating that beyond the nuts, bolts, and engines lies a story of resilience, vision, and the power to bring life back to machines and to the people dedicated to their care, making it a standout example of non-fiction storytelling that elevates technical mastery into art and narrative.